Welcome to the 8th oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia Southern Eagles, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Ole Miss Rebels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Rebels will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So Georgia Southern's return team will have... Stop. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
And the first play is stuffed, and the visitors know they're not exactly being welcomed in this place. Georgia Southern in a hurry. They go to the draw. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Finds his man down the middle. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He'll try to do it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So Ole Miss offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Looking downfield, it's Floyd. Throws toward the end zone. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Here's the handoff. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes up.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Rebels.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. He'll pull it down. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without... Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the left side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. Couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered out.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy that's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll try the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
And he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Auburn is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Tigers fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Works the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it in the middle, it's Yates. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
He's got 99 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Hit as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The give to the left. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. They'll try to pick up the first. He's in open space downfield. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. And the Rebels have their offense in high gear. The give to the back. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Plows through the defense. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. On 4th down, they'll run it, looking for the first. Tackle is made after the first down.
4th and inches, just trust in your offensive line. They're able to get just enough movement at the point of attack to keep this drive going.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
He'll try the left side. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Grabbed on the outside, it's Smith. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The play-action fake. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on 1st down, sack on 2nd down, and now on 3rd down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him.
Might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He's looking downfield to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Wants to return it. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll run it. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
They'll keep it on the ground. Open space at the 25. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Rebels have this offense rolling, trying to barge in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And he tacks on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes with the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. From the gun. Give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got an open man. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. And the Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Garrison. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense is the first one they've used this half. So after the first down run, here's second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
At the 35-yard line, first down for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Yates. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Looking at a 2nd and short now. They'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. They knock him down at the 21. It's a pickup of 5 yards on the play and enough for a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Makes the catch. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little.
The extra point is blocked. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass, it's Floyd. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They go to the ground. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it, open.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. They are perfect on 4th down so far in the first half. They'll try to make it 3 for 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he intercepts it. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Buys a little time with his feet. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. And here comes the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive results in a field goal. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Back to throw, it's Floyd. Going up top. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Oxford today. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. And with that, let's head back to the Grove and our fellows at Vaught-Hemingway Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Going for the big play. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They'll try it over the left side. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Rebels will punt it away on fourth down. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control.
Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Fast motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Make sure that there's not going to be a return. Ball's out. I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to work.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on 2nd down from the 18. Looking downfield, it's Floyd. He wants to go deep. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. 1st down here for the offense. Power football with the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Fires to the big fella. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. With a double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Move those chains without a hitch. Well, actually, with a hitch, but you get the point.
I like that. Nicely done. The defense probably should have understood the ball was coming out quick, something like a hitch, a slant.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Eagles! Great example of how a 2nd half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. 1st half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Mississippi State is ahead early in Stark Vegas, but Dak Prescott out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 5 over Appalachian State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They want to run it left here. At the 35, he's open. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. The running back has it. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Going with the ground game left. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Give to the running back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna run it. It's Stevens. Running with power. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
35, Georgia Southern. 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Makes a move. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Handoff to the lone back.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Dropping back, it's Watts. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to him on the ground. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll go to the ground. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. Touchdown, Rebels! And the pummeling has started. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Offense gets the job done. Again, you want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Looking down the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Works the middle of the field. They get him down after he makes a catch. Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the give off the left side. What a tough-minded, hard-edged run. He gets it to the 24. He now has 115 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. Give to the single back. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. They're 3 for 4 on 4th down in this one, and they'll try it again. And the Rebels get enough for the first down.
Hey, 4th and short, it's time to be physical. You give it to your running back. You can see he gets physical, gets downhill, gets the first down.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And the punishment has been extended. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Looking to go up top on first down. It's caught downfield. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's open on the right. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. The Eagles with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man in the middle. Then they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He'll just keep slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Georgia Southern will snap it in the red zone. Going to the run. It's Garrison. Pushing ahead. A tough run. Picks up 4. It's down at the 15. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Let's it fly. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Finds a good hold there. breathing room out to the 5. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Running to the left. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. 3rd and short. They've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Slam to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know.
He wants to take the top off. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
The Rebels will hustle to the line. He'll keep it himself. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Running to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
The coaches told us in pregame that they love this back's mixture of speed and power. Listen, he's not the power back all the time, but he's moving so fast that it's hard to get him to the ground.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Rebels! And the route is on. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5. Trying to pound their way in. This time, he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the 2-point conversion, but was denied.
56, Georgia Southern.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You can tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Wide open downfield. Got room at the 35. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Tennessee is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These balls have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Florida. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. Showing off the arms. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield.
He lets one fly deep. And he's got it inside the 10. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And the stomping has commenced. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in it. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
23.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponents.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception.
Touchdown, Rebels! And the beatdown has ensued. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And he added the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Ole Miss 70. Georgia Southern.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Yates. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. After the short completion, it's now second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Field goal is good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical, they were faster, and it showed today.